Midnight music. Midnight music. Midnight music.
Yeah.
It's like I just don't follow like modern music, let
This
alone
is-
hip
I
hop
put
beats.
this-
Just
What do you
music in
mean?
general.
Wait. Can we back? What do you mean by you don't follow modern music?
Like I don't like if you told me like the latest music news I heard was like Blink 182, Linkin Park might be touring again and make a new album.
Wow.
That was like the latest
Okay.
music news I heard.
Okay.
That was like weeks ago.
That was a while ago. Yes.
Like I don't keep up with releases. I don't keep up with new artists. Like nothing. I get the music world just doesn't exist to me.
I see. All right. Well, this. Go ahead, Kay.
As someone that's my music taste is like so all over the place, and a lot of the music I listen to is from 20 years ago.
Mm.
But I also like the last like couple years, I've like really like gone into pop music.
Really?
It's so like. And now all these lesbians are making pop music, so all I'm listening to is like lesbians making pop music. It's great. I listen to Chapel Roan every day.
Taquana get that a lot.
Well, you have the Everwill Gray, but I think is Jewish. So there you go. That fits your food.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about me that not even everyone, a lot of people assume I'm Jewish, and there's gonna be people listening to this for like 200 episodes going, wait, you're not Jewish? No, I'm not. People very much assume I'm Jewish, and I tell them I'm Polish, and they assume my family got killed in the Holocaust.
Jesus.
That's such a weird thing to assume.
Yeah. All right. So.
Well, I mean, Polish, right? And a lot of the concentration camps were in Poland.
Yeah. They were scattered, but yes, they were various places.
Yeah. You know, the Germany invaded Poland
True,
first.
they did.
So, like, it's not like a terrible assumption, but no, I'm not. I'm just Polish.
Yeah. All right. So this is the greatest rap beef of all time. I will tell you that right now.
It is.
So,
because you know what it is? I couldn't really name you other beefs other than Tupac and Biggie, and it's like Eminem versus everybody.
well, Eminem doesn't have beef with anybody. Benzino had beef with Eminem.
No,
and
he
I
did.
was just saying, do you
Early
remember
2000s,
Eminem and
Eminem
Benzino in
did.
like 2002?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Benzino tried, and Eminem killed his career. Ja Rule tried 50 Cent, and that didn't end up well for him.
Eminem made MGK switch genres.
Oh, Big Hirsch, now you want to go to a WrestleMania? You want to go to Vegas, but you won't go to Philly? I see how it is. See how it is,
Oh, that's
Hirsch.
right. Okay, you're right. I forgot about MGK and Eminem just destroyed him. It wasn't even close.
I remember I was working at T-Mobile at that point, and we all sat and listened to the Eminem and MGK tracks like back to back, and we're like, wow, this is sad.
And I'm just gonna rap 10 times faster than you, and it's gonna be better.
But honestly, it worked out though for MGK because he made some of the best pop punk in like a decade. And it wasn't even his original genre.
Good for him.
Yeah, all right.
I don't know, man.
But
I miss Eminem on drugs. He was way better artist on drugs.
He's coming. He's killing Marshall. He's killing Slim Shady, I think, in his next album.
I
mean,
feel
that's
like
fine.
Eminem hasn't been on drugs in like a very long time though.
Chill.
15 years sober, I
Good
think.
for him.
He had a chip. This like I don't know what I was saying 5 minutes ago. I don't follow music news, but I did hear this too. Eminem brought like a sober chip on stage, like it's 10 or 15 years.
Elton John is his sponsor.
I love that.
Elton John.
I love
John?
that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because remember they all thought Eminem was homophobic in his lyrics,
And then they
he
did Stand
performed
Without the
Stand
Without the
with
John at the
Elton John
Grammys.
at the Grammys,
Yeah.
and then hugged him.
Yeah.
And everyone's
I
like,
love
well,
that
I
dance.
guess
we were wrong.
I guess he has a gay friend. Like, the one
That was
time
one of-
I have a gay friend works.
That was one of the first times I felt that like not all men might hate gay people because of that. And I was like young, but I remember it being a big deal.
It was
Yeah,
a
it
huge
was.
deal.
I couldn't
At
name
that time, it
why.
was definitely a big deal. It's also like, listen, guys, the separation between art and artist.
Yeah.
Like I can still be a fan of Michael Jackson's music. And keyword, as I said there, I used to say I'm a fan of Michael Jackson. Now I have to specify I'm a fan of his music.
Still a fan of Mike.
Don't get me started. One of my favorite bands is Brand New, and I like can't cop to it because the singer is a creep.
Yeah, shit happens.
He was like inappropriate with minors in the 2000s.
Oh, he's pulling a Drake.
Ghostface Killer still makes music?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jesse Lacey's like the white Drake, like the all white Drake.
Yeah. All right. So let's break down real quick. Okay. So what was it, March? So March, Kendrick Lamar's on the Metro Boomin album. Pretty much says the most elementary line ever. He says, F the big three, it's just big me. The big three in the hip hop class would have been J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick Lamar. Elementary line should have meant nothing. J. Cole gets a little butthurt. J. Cole then decides to release a diss track. J. Cole then rescinds said diss track, apologizes, kind of leaves the whole thing behind. Drake, on the other hand, decides that not only has Kendrick offended him, but the entire hip-hop industry has also offended him as well. So he goes after J. Cole, he goes after Kendrick, he goes after Rick Ross, he goes after Metro Boomin, saying, shut up, Metro, stop saying stuff, and just make another drum beat. That's going to play in later. Okay. Rick Ross drops a diss track, pretty much calling Drake a white boy and then calling him BBL Drizzy or whatever, pretty much saying that Drake's not a real black person. He's just playing as a black person to up his street cred.
Ooh.
You know,
Ooh.
you know.
Oh,
Yeah. Yes,
that is some hardcore shit.
he's kind of right though. Anywho, in the realm of African American hip hop. So then Drake ends up starting to go straight towards Kendrick, and he releases hold on. I have this timeline actually on one of my chats. So I think it's on my chat with Charles. Oh yes, he also did go after The Weeknd as well.
That's fine. I also
You don't need
like
to go
The
after The
Weeknd.
Weeknd.
I
The
don't
Weeknd
have
was
the
fine.
weekend either.
All right, so April 19th, Drake releases a thing called push-ups, pretty much making fun of the fact that Kendrick Lamar is short and needs to do some push-ups and things like that. And then about
Got him.
ooh, yeah, and then about less than a week later, Drake releases another diss track called Tailor Made Freestyle. So the premise of Tailor Made Freestyle is that he's making fun of Kendrick Lamar because he like collaborated with Taylor Swift for a couple of songs and stuff, and he's pretty much saying that Kendrick's not really a true hip hop artist, blah blah blah, all this stuff.
That's so stupid.
A week later,
Why are men so stupid?
oh, it gets better. A week later, Kendrick Lamar, or 6 days later, Kendrick Lamar releases a track called Euphoria. Now, there's wordplay in this because Euphoria is executive produced by Drake. Okay, the show Euphoria is executive produced by Drake. In Euphoria, he just attacks this man. And by the way, Euphoria is made by one of Taylor Swift's producers. So
That's enough.
he's literally responding to Tailor Made Freestyle. 4 days later, Kendrick Lamar drops 616 in LA. Drake usually likes to drop things called like 9 a.m. in Dallas. He's used this motif before. He did say headsets for the year, better walk around like Daft Punk. Yeah. In 616 in LA, the story is that 616 in LA is the day that Nicole Brown Simpson was buried. It's the day that Tupac was born. Okay, because in Tailor Made Freestyle, it was either Push Up to Tailor Made Freestyle, Drake used Tupac AI in the visuals for the song, and he got a cease and desist from Tupac's estate saying, don't do that. So So
That's a sign you lost, bro.
oh no, it gets better. So 616 LA, he's destroying this man. Okay. The same day that evening, Drake drops Family Matters, and now he's going after Kendrick's family, his wife, his kids, all of that stuff. Okay. That's on the evening of May 3rd. 20 minutes later, Kendrick Lamar released Meet the Grams. Okay. Calling Drake a pedophile, saying that he wishes his grandfather didn't have his father. Calling him pretty much a pedophile, and not only is he a pedophile, is that there's other people around him that are also pedophiles, and that there's people in Drake's like entourage that are leaking information to him.
I believe it. Yeah, dude. The music industry, Hollywood, politics is filled with pedophiles. Like, this isn't news.
No, but the fact that
I mean, but that's a bold accusation to make, though, without evidence.
The fact that Kendrick was able to drop a diss track 30 minutes later.
Yeah. So you know, he had it pre-written and then he changed some lines. I wouldn't be surprised.
You know.
I mean, come on now.
And so Kendrick doesn't stop after Meet the Grams. He then releases Not Like Us. Okay, the cover for Not Like Us is a Google Maps image of Drake's house with the pedophile icons, about 20 of them around the house. Like the sex offender registry.
Is that doxing?
No, everybody knew where Drake lived.
Okay.
The paparazzi probably exposed his house long before Kendrick did.
Exactly. True. And then he said that's when Kendrick said the A minor.
Oh, it's an aerial
it's
shot.
An aerial
yeah,
shot.
that's different. That's way different.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious. Although it does have the street, Park Lane, Circle.
Mm-hmm. So then that's where the A minor line comes from. Because you can't strike a chord, but you could probably strike a minor or A minor, or the chord would
A minor.
A minor.
Yeah. A minor.
Which is pretty. A minor has no black keys, which is just an entendre for Drake not really being a real black person. Also, in one of Drake's diss, he went after like Rakim, the rapper. He went after like Michael Jackson.
How did Rakim? Oh my God, 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, yeah.
And Euphoria's 6.5. Jesus Christ!
They're all like 6 minutes long.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, Not Like Us is 4.5.
No,
I actually gotta listen to all.
These. You gotta listen to them in order too. And then it gets even better. So Kendrick went off and dropped 3 diss tracks in a row, and there's probably more that he can do. The wordplay is amazing. Then Metro Boomin, the producer that Drake said, "Shut your whole ass up and make some drums," makes a beat called BBL Drizzy based off of what Rick Ross said on his diss track, and puts it on SoundCloud for free, and says the person who makes the best freestyle to this will get a free beat from me, a Grammy Award winning producer.
That's so genius. Dude, they just need to like teach a marketing class on like how hip hop makes money.
So now you have the entire world using BBL Drizzy to not only get themselves over, but to also diss Drake at the same time. We're talking nuns, teachers, dental assistants. I've seen musicians. I've seen doctors. I have seen everybody and their mother. I saw somebody do a BBL Drizzy remake with a harmonica. There's Jersey Club remakes. There are house remakes to this. There's a guy playing guitar on the beat. And so Drake has been pretty much annihilated, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. Like the Yankees are annihilating Verlander right now, 4-1, baby.
Fucking God. But that is pretty much what's been going on with Drake and Kendrick, including Metro Boomin.
I didn't actually. There was a drive-by shooting at Drake's house.
Oh, that's unrelated.
Today, unrelated.
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, because if this hip hop beef, like internet beef, is gonna actually get to real world violence, that's fucking nuts.
I mean, it happened
from fans.
Oh no.
No, I know between the rappers.
It happened with Big and Pac.
Yeah, right. The Big and Pac, is that actually how Proof died? Proof actually died in a shooting with beef.
Probably.
Or that's something else. Is that something else?
I'm not sure.
But no, I'm sorry. I'm talking about the fan base.
Oh, I mean, the fan base as well, but I don't think it was related to. I don't think it was a fan going to Drake's house and shooting Homeboy.
Yeah, that would be fucking.
That would be
nuts.
crazy.
Proof was shot 3 times in 2006. Once in the head and twice in the chest.
You.
After a dispute broke out during a game of billiards. Can you imagine dying over a pool game?
Drake got shot on Degrassi.
That's true.
Shot
Jimmy
me, it
Wilshire.
happened again.
I've seen somebody blend Doc McStuffin's theme with BBL Drizzy.
I want the actor that played Rick on Degrassi to come out and like respond.
Somebody made a BBL Drizzy doll and is trying to sell it. I saw that the other day. Yeah. If this was 2000, John Cena would have a line in a rap about it. Batter Max Castro would have a line and get fined by Brian on it. Well, too bad. CM Punk already used it in his promo against Drew McIntyre.
Dude, we gotta just put Kendrick and Drake on the next King of the Dot. It's gonna battle rap.
Well, no, not even. Shawn Michaels invited them to NXT.
That. HBK was like, "Come to NXT." I was like, "Oh, Sean, you still got it."
I was like, "Oh, Sean, because you know how it is to be upset at a Canadian too for years."
Oh, got him.
I really hope. I honestly, if I was Kendrick, I would have gone. I would have gone to NXT. But like, yeah, let's do it. Drake's not gonna show up.
I'm like, nah. Call Paul. I'm going to Raw. I'm big time.
Okay, but what if the main event for WrestleMania Vegas is Kendrick versus Drake?
That's big.
In a Las Vegas street fight.
That's a big fight feel right there. It's a big fight feel.
I know it's a big fight feel. That's a big money match.
Big money match.
Dare I say, meat slapping majesty?
Nah.
Where is it? I got it. Where is it? There it is.
It was meat slapping majesty.
I mean, they were booing Rey Mysterio. Who boos Rey Mysterio?
Okay, how come we haven't just littered our Discord with all of these BBL Drizzy TikToks? Because we've been sharing it with each other.
Because I wasn't sure how caught up Will was, and I honestly, Will, I didn't think you had a fucking idea of what was going on.
Close.
That's fine. Like, no, when you texted me, I was like, this is definitely about the Drake and Kendrick. Like, I know of it.
You gotta listen to
I have
it
like
more.
very few
details, so I'm glad Ricky has brought me up to speed.
Yeah, I have like very few people like in my life who are like caught up and invested in it. And then I'm like, I know one person that will be invested in this.
Yeah, no. People all over the internet are destroying this man. Drake. Even like people who are like not even political analysts, but like actually like intellectually intelligent people are just like, wow, Drake has no media literacy whatsoever. Doesn't understand what's going on.
Kendrick, you're a pedo. Drake, I swear I never hooked up with Millie Bobby Brown. Everyone else, side eye.
No, it's giving.
No one asked that.
Okay, I don't know if it's too soon, but it's giving OJ's book If I Did It.
that it does.
A little bit.
It does actually.
A little bit.
It does.
I also know that Drake's real name is Aubrey.
Yeah, it's Aubrey. Aubrey Graham.
Drake's
Okay.
his middle name.
All right. I am like a day one Degrassi fan.
Yeah, you are.
So I remember where I was when Drake started making music. I was like flipping through the channels and Drake was just rapping on my TV and I go, why the fuck is Jimmy Brooks standing and rapping?
He can walk.
And I'm like, who the fuck is Drake? I'm like, your name is Aubrey. I know who you are.
I was a huge fan of Drake in high school.
Pop guy.
Like Thank Me Later was an incredible album.
Who didn't like Thank Me Later? I get it.
Yeah, like that. And then what was the other one he did? The second one.
Take Care.
I like Take Care a little bit better.
It was just his face on the album.
Me too.
Yeah. I like that a little bit better. And then Marvin's Room was I kind of fell off Drake after
Marvin's
that.
Room was on
Take
Take
Care
Care.
was my beauty school. Like I listened to that every day when I was in beauty school.
That's the rose.
Oh, Marvin's Room was on Take Care. What's the other one I'm thinking of then?
There was shit. I should know this.
Views?
I'm looking.
I think it was Views. Views was fine.
Yeah, I didn't like Scorpion. I thought Scorpion was ass.
Everybody did.
After that, I was like, oh, I'm done with Drake. Yeah, dude, it's just there's so many goddamn albums.
He came out a
I don't know
lot.
how he keeps up with all his music. I mean, God's Plan's an okay song.
Yeah. She said, "Do you love me?" I told her only part. Yeah, God, I hated that.
Only love my bed and my mama. I'm sorry.
Yeah, God, I hated that.
Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing Was the Same was a good album.
Take Care. Thank Me Later. And So Far Gone was the one before that.
So Far Gone's the first one, yeah.
So Far Gone's the first one. I thought So Far Gone's an incredible album, and Thank Me Later is just like, it's a perfect album.
Yeah, no, it's good. All right, ready to talk some wrestling?
You can thank me now. I'm gonna listen to old Drake after this. Fuck.
Don't tell anybody in public.
I know. Dude, I had a too late. I had a playlist in high school on my iPod. It was just songs filled with Drake, Eminem, Linkin Park, and 3 Days Grace.
Wow.
Like what a playlist. Right?
Seriously.
That was like my high school teen angst music.
Drake was your teen angst music?
That tells me a lot, actually.
Yeah, it was very much like teenage state of mind. Drake, who's just a whiny bitch. Eminem, who's just getting all the anger out, and then in recovery. Linkin Park for multiple reasons, because they're just the fucking best. And then 3 Days Grace is just a punk bitch.
Yeah.
So that was me. That was all that was summed me up pretty well.
Lips is Jew fantasy through Jake. That's about accurate.
Yikes, Taquan. Yikes. It's a dark fantasy. Ayo, that's Kanye.
Beautiful dark twisted fantasy. Korn, Eminem, Lincoln, Limp Bizkit. I get it.
Same.
Yeah. All right, we good?
Yeah, we're good to go. Give me a countdown.
All right, I am. Oh God, I always got how long this file is. Okay, we are rolling. I just got to zoom all the way in.
Yeah, do it.
All right. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Midnight.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, we interrupt the Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef to actually talk about something a little bit more relevant to this podcast, and that's actually wrestling. We're going to break down Backlash. We're going to look forward to the King and Queen of the Ring with actual legit brackets this time. And oh yeah, there's another big announcement from AEW, but not from who you think. So sit back, relax, and say a little, friends, because it's Simplement, Deux, episode number 375 of Kings of the Rings podcast, exclusively here on Wrestle Addict Radio. And it starts right now.
This song bops, dude.
Oh, it's a bad day for Canada these days, folks. Ladies and gentlemen, you know it's bad when the Brooklyn Brawler has more of a career than Drake right now. Welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 375 of BBL Drizzy themed Simplement Deux. I'm your host, King Ricky Rose. Thank you guys for joining us live here on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. If you guys like what you're listening to, including that BBL Drizzy beat, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review. The links to all of that are written in the description below. We had to hop on this beat, obviously, because this is the hottest thing going on right now. Something finally is hotter than wrestling, and it's a rap beat. Hip-hop is back, ladies and gentlemen, and also, who's back with me once again, still talking about his Drake and Emo album from high school. Will Tarasak, how are you?
This is my first time hearing this song, and goddamn, I am a sucker for a beat. I'm adding this to like 4 playlists. All right, this song is nanners, but I'm doing good, guys. Not only is music back, not only is hip hop back, comedy is back. Hey, I want to talk about I don't know if you've seen the roast of Tom Brady, but I hope you haven't, so we can talk about it next week. Because I haven't watched it either, but I'm so excited to watch that. Kay Murphy, love of my life. How are you?
Hi, everyone. I have fried chicken. I have drugs.
Oh, you're having a good
It's the
time
start
tonight.
of the week. Yeah, I am about 10 minutes from taking my bedtime edible. I have listened to BBL Drizzy at least 200 times.
Oh yeah, me too.
Because the only media I've consumed the last couple days is Drake and Kendrick and almost nothing else.
Yeah. No, it is perfect.
Yeah, what protests? There's a rap beef.
There's a rap beef going on. Jesus freaking Christ. France is even highlighted more right now than Canada. Like, Canada's big brother, kind of, sort of. France had a good freaking week. Drake did not have a good freaking week. And that was to be expected. Let's get back to the wrestling and stuff. It's going to be probably a quicker show this week. We got a lot of interesting, fun stuff to talk about. There's a lot of big announcements going on this week, and during a horse race of all things, the biggest of all the announcements being this right here. We finally have the location of WrestleMania, and we're going to swing for the fences. It's going to be in Las Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. Not only is it going to be in Las Vegas, it's April 19th and 20th of 2025. That is going to be a couple of weeks, than what it usually has been. So it will not compete against the NCAA Final Four. It will not compete against both NCAA Final Fours. It will not compete against the opening of Major League Baseball. It's going to stand alone on its own for one weekend. And if you think WrestleMania did numbers this year, wait when you see when they don't have to compete with anybody. Okay, it's going to be from Allegiant Stadium. I don't know if they're going to use a spear. They have not released if they're going to use a spear or not. Probably T-Mobile Arena, MGM Arena as well will probably also be in play. WWE World hopefully will be a little bit more organized in the Las Vegas Convention Center, Will's second home. The most interesting thing about this is that we talked about it last week. April 20th. WrestleMania Sunday, 420, is also Easter. It is going to be the high holiest of days in the history of wrestling.
I love how we're not considering Easter competition. Like, there's not a goddamn thing.
Listen.
WWE has
Vince McMahon already beat the Lord in a wrestling match. Okay.
True. And in court a few times.
Buried. The Lord has been buried.
Like, no, I'm going to miss Easter dinner? No.
I miss Easter dinner if there's not WrestleMania.
All right. So, what did I do for this year for Easter? I don't remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
I worked.
It was like a week ago, dude. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was bad. But Kayfabe, what are your thoughts on the highest WrestleMania of all time?
I think this is dangerous. This is incredible. You're telling me they're putting WrestleMania on 420 in a legal state?
Yes, it's legal.
Yeah.
Marijuana is legal.
I can't wait. Oh my God, I can't wait. I need
the betting, the gambling, dude. I might just go to gamble with the money I spent on tickets and just triple my money.
No, fuck the gambling for me. I need to acquire pet care and I'm getting on a fucking plane.
You don't understand, Kay. You'll be able to bet on WrestleMania. That's going to be like the easiest bet ever.
You would think.
Okay.
You would think.
Yeah. Gambling is not my jam. Like, I have zero interest. Like, I remember when I turned 18, my one friend wanted to go to the casino and I'm like, no, that sounds lame. And then when I went on a cruise a couple years ago and there was a casino and I'm like, this is boring.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, not my vibe.
I mean, I agree with you for poker and roulette and slots and regular gambling, but betting on a fake sport, that's a whole nother level of let's fucking go.
Yeah, I mean, you could probably win a lot of good money. I'm going to be interested to see how that's going to work out at all, like those betting places around Vegas and whatnot. And Frets, you better come. This is what WrestleMania 41 is right before your birthday. Come to Vegas, Frets.
Yeah, come on, Frets,
do it.
We're gonna bring it to the
Could
city
you imagine if we finally got a full Wrestle Addict Radio Mania in attendance?
Well, I know Mr. YLP has been waiting for Vegas Mania to show up. I don't know why. He's never actually told me, but he also lives in Colorado, so he is all in on
I
Vegas.
bet he also loves gambling.
I know. Our former assistant GM Mance Chappa has already vocalized to myself and Kayfabe that he is looking into it as well. So I know Balor Club guy. Smiley is going to Mania in Vegas. I know that for a fact.
Damn it, Ricky! You're really trying to convince me, aren't you?
Listen, it's called. The only reason I can convince you is that my parents have a timeshare.
That's gonna help. Yeah, mine is I am gonna stick with maybe until you text me and tell me the prices. And it's gonna be a game time decision from there. I'm gonna close my phone, open my TD Bank app, look at the number, and make a decision on the spot.
I'm gonna be like sitting next to you and like write it on a napkin and just just hand it over.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right then.
What do you think of this?
It's like price of tickets, price of hotel, price of flights. I'm gonna tell you on the spot if I can go.
Yeah,
because the hotel is gonna be the most expensive part.
Yeah,
the second most expensive part is gonna be the flights.
Yeah, if I can circumvent the hotel and talk to my parents about this timeshare thing, see if I can work some magic, that might help a fair amount of us.
Even if like we can't get the timeshare, like if we all go in on an Airbnb,
that's
like
true.
Especially like I plan on bringing Liv, like that's 2 people instead of 1.
Yeah,
so there'll be 4 of us
at least.
Mm-hmm.
Charles might be in
too
as well, so that'd be great. Yeah,
we just have to, like I said, we just got to figure out who's gonna watch Boris and who can come over to like feed Frank.
That's true. You do have 2 pets. I forget about Frank.
Yeah.
Frank got replaced.
Frank didn't get replaced. Frank is just a lot less high maintenance.
I bet they have a Woody and Buzz relationship when you're not watching.
Honestly, like they can't be. Frank can't come out of his tank as much as he used to because Boris
Boris will
eat him.
Yeah, Boris is very like he gets defensive when Frank is like cuddling with me. Meanwhile, I was Frank's mom like way before I was Boris's mom. But Boris is like, "What the fuck is your problem? Why are you cuddling my mom? I want to cuddle my mom."
Oh, Boris, yes, yeah, we got to find something for Boris so you can get to WrestleMania Vegas. I wasn't when we talked about this last week. I was like, I would rather do Minnesota, but like I have not been to Vegas as a full-fledged functioning adult, so I'm also interested in returning to Vegas as an adult and doing adult things. Although the kid stuff was great, but adult stuff.
What did you do in Vegas as a kid?
The New York Hotel has a functioning roller coaster around the entire thing.
That's pretty cool.
That's right.
We went to Madame Tussauds Wax Museum in Vegas.
You can do that in New York, Ricky.
I know, but the only time I've gone to it was in Vegas.
Dude, they have the one in New York has the wax statue of The Rock, and it's been out there for 1.5 years every single day. And every single day I walk by, there's a fucking line of people taking pictures.
It's crazy. I've never seen The Rock statue not getting like crazy attention.
Yeah. I mean, it's The Rock. You know what I mean? It looks just like him. It looks a really good wax statue.
Also, what else is there to do as a kid? They have the pirate show at Treasure Island. Well.
I would go to that.
The Sphere would be good with a kid if it's the right show.
If it's the right show. I'm really interested to see if they do SmackDown, Raw, or NXT in the Sphere.
I will
I don't know how they would do it.
Neither do I.
Like what would be on the screens? You know what I mean? Like it's good for like a concert because you can put visuals up there.
Yeah.
What would you put up there?
I don't know.
It's like Hulk Hogan's like pecs.
It's just
pythons
flexing all over the place.
Right? Like
it'd probably be dope for entrances.
The Fireflies would be dope for entrances. The Fireflies?
Yeah, that would be
for Uncle Howdy?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
I also feel like if they did more of the Titantron entrances like they did when we were younger, like in the 2000s, like with the crazy video packages showing pretty much everyone's greatest hits, I feel like it would hit really hard in like a venue like the Sphere.
Joe Hendry's face on the Sphere.
Obviously.
The only thing to knock Joe Hendry off of a charge is BBL jersey at this point. That's the greatness about this Exactly.
That's what Will said to me yesterday when I asked him to put BBL jersey on the show.
At least
Joe Hendry's not stuck in your head anymore.
Yes, at least Joe Hendry's not stuck in your head anymore.
But joke's on y'all, it's still our alarm.
Listen, Joe Hendry and Top Dollar are doing great work in TNA. I'm not gonna lie.
In Tokyo, in Mexico. Yeah, it's a bopper.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Dory, it's been a while since I don't think you've ever actually been on our show or like commenting. So welcome, Dory. I have no idea if Selena's statue is in Vegas. I can find out for you and message you, and see if that is a fact. I don't know if you guys remember Dory. Dory was at she was at our tailgate for Evolution. She's a friend of Issa, actually. So hi, Dory. Welcome to the show.
Hi.
Thank you for joining in. We're gonna fun stuff. So yeah, I'm interested. I might bring my CBD gummies for 420 in WrestleMania. That'd be great if we were able to go. So WrestleMania, start planning. It is literally less. They did this we are less than a year away from Mania. As per this announcement. So I'm assuming tickets are probably gonna go on sale August again.
Yeah, it's like they do. It's like every other big four, right?
Well,
so it's
no,
like
they
Royal Rumble-
switched it up now because Mania
Did they?
used to
'Cause it
be
used to
Mania
be-
used to be November.
Right. It was like whatever big four is coming
was-
up, tickets are on sale for the next
It was
one.
around Survivor Series, but now we're bumping it up to around SummerSlam.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm very glad I have an August birthday. Just saying.
There was like, you know what? This is a good end to Q2 or Q3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Q3.
Q3.
It was the way to jack up Q3 earnings.
Yeah. That's what they're doing
Yeah.
with it. So WrestleMania, the big WWE announcement done at the Kentucky Derby, where Seth Rollins may have cut his hair, by the way, but we'll talk about that at another time.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
yeah, it's weird.
I don't think he cut it. I think it's just up.
You better hope.
I hope
You
so.
better hope.
It did look
Well-
like a cut though.
Seth has an undercut, so he probably had
All
to slick
around?
it back.
All around?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's all around.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have just the sides.
Okay.
I guess we'll find
We'll
out.
find out. Sorry, let's move along to this. All right, so AEW Dynamite, surprise, surprise, there's a big announcement going on Wednesday night, and it's not
Oh, God.
from Tony Khan. It is actually from the EVP, or one of them, Kenny Omega. He's going to have an important announcement. Now, for all of you guys who watch AEW, which is none of us here really, Kenny Omega was a...
You know what's really funny?
What?
I worked today, and I'm like, I should watch AEW while I work. And then I'm like, no, I'm not going to do that.
So anyway, here's what I have, discovered. It's TK's comments really made me sour on AEW for a minute now, but the Elite, the new Elite, which is the Bucks, Jack Perry, and Kazuchika Okada, are trying to essentially take over. They've already pile drive Tony Khan so hard. The fact that he said one of the weirdest things ever on the NFL Network. They recently I
almost forgot about that.
There's been so much random news going on ever since that. They have recently taken out Kenny Omega in his hometown in Canada, as well as FTR, who came for Versailles. So Kenny Omega is now going to say that he's probably partnered with Drake for his own diss track, which will be a massive, massive mistake. But for all intents and purposes, Will Terrorsock, what do you believe is Kenny Omega's big announcement?
Right, I got to backtrack for a second because I'm really confused. So the Young Bucks,
Yes,
who are already EVPs,
that's correct.
are trying to take over something they already are in control
Well, they
of.
already took out Tony Khan, so yes, I guess it's more of a full functioning takeover.
But like you already took over. It's your company. What do you mean?
I don't know. I don't write the stories.
Like there's Triple H doesn't Triple H was already in charge. He was already part of the leadership team. He doesn't take over. Like the proper word is replace. I am replacing Tony Khan. I am not taking over something I'm already in control of.
I don't know.
But yeah, I think Kenny Omega's announcement is semantics, guys. We gotta get down to semantics. Semantics matter.
Kayfabe, what is Kenny Omega's big announcement?
Or his
Kenny-
in-ring return. His date for his in-ring return.
No, it's not that. Kenny Omega's obviously announcing that they have more footage of the CM Punk fight at All In in London.
Nice. Bravo,
Thank you.
Kayfabe, bravo, Kayfabe. That beats
Pretty
Mr. Fretz as a sequel to Fight Forever, but only for Nintendo 64, which is also a good
Well,
one.
Mr. Fratz, I don't know if you know this, but Nintendo announced that they're doing their like Nintendo Direct in June, and they also mentioned they're not announcing it at Nintendo Direct, but they're announcing the successor to the Switch this
Oh, the
year.
Switch 2?
Ooh.
I did hear
Or what-
that.
I saw it today.
I know Xbox is doing a Direct too in early June. But
God, I think it would be so funny if Kenny Omega came out in Drew McIntyre's shirt with the CM Punk grave.
He might. There's no telling what apparently out of 2020. There's no telling what Kenny Omega or what he might do. Hopefully it's his in-ring return. He hasn't been around for a while, and AEW kind of needs Kenny. It's kind of one of the things that they're missing. They don't need any more Jericho. That's for a fact. Jericho can. Oof, he's
I have a
rough.
question,
Yeah, what's up?
actually. This is, I guess, more so for everyone in the comments since we're all uneducated at this
Very.
point. But are any of the pillars not injured anymore? Or are they all still out? Because last I saw,
Jack Perry's still there.
Jack Perry.
no one was wrestling.
Yeah, Jack Perry.
Sammy.
Sammy's stuff. MJF
I
has
thought he was injured.
MJF has
MJF hasn't returned.
I think Sammy's
and
injured, and Britt Baker is non-existent.
MJF had surgery. Apparently.
Yeah, MJF is the only one that I'm like aware of because I genuinely care and I know I will watch AEW when he comes
I don't
back.
know the last person.
Whatever happened to the bidding war of 24? Like we're almost halfway through 24.
I mean, MJF hasn't shown up at all in 24.
He's got no
What if-
buzz.
None.
Could you
No one's even
imagine
talking
if
about
he
him,
just
where
quit
he's gonna go.
wrestling?
It's just a silent quit. It's just a silent.
He's a quiet
Honestly,
He's
I
what a
don't-
Gen Zer.
honestly though, I would love to see him go on Broadway.
Stop.
No, I'm dead serious.
I think he'd be
he would
incredible.
do it. It would be
I think he
great.
Street
He
say
quietly resigned.
resigned.
I heard that
I mean,
too.
he might have quietly
resigned.
resigned, not resigned, resigned.
Don't get my hopes up like that, mate.
Yeah, no,
Come on.
no, yeah, don't do that. Yeah, I don't.
No, I think if he would have shown up by now.
I
if
think
he was
MJF
coming
would
to
have shown up by
Disney.
now. But if he had surgery, there's still a possibility that it's just a delayed appearance. But then again,
We'll wait and see.
Then again,
Wait and
it's not
see.
like WWE needs him right now when you think about it.
Oh
Yeah.
wait, he might come back at Forbidden Door because it's gonna be on Long Island.
Oh, son of a biscuit. Also during on Pride Day too.
Yo, I'm gonna say it
Also,
a
why
million
would
more
you, why
times.
would
That's
you
fucking
quietly-
homophobic.
Why would you quietly resign? Like, if you signed the biggest free agent out there, like Tony Khan's huge announcement, be like, yeah, we got MJF 10 years.
Yeah.
All you can fuck off now. Right? Like, why wouldn't you make this huge news? Because that's the kind of thing AEW needs right now. So
Because-
quietly resign this doesn't make sense to me. I don't believe that.
I think it makes sense because it'll get people to watch the product because no one's fucking watching it.
But the problem,
And also,
I
Tony-
think announcing he resigned will make people want to watch the product.
I disagree. I feel like that keeping it quiet and then him coming back at, say, Forbidden Doors. So he's going to come back at like a pay-per-view is my personal opinion. I think he's going to show up at a pay-per-view and then it might drum up interest. But Tony Khan, like historically, he's doing what Vince did. He's just hoarding every free agent that WWE didn't sign. Like, it's no better at AEW than it is at WWE. And I know I drank the AEW Kool-Aid forever.
yeah, he did.
But like, I know
Oh,
I
we all
really
did.
did.
Well, Ricky
Not,
never did,
not
but
I.
I did too.
I saw.
No,
Saw it a
Ricky
mile
I
away.
did.
I did. I was big in AEW. I thought it was awesome.
It was so much fun, and I will say I still like going to AEW events.
Yeah.
Like I'll go to Grand Slam and shit, even if I don't watch week to week. But like, they had something really fucking cool, and I feel like Tony Khan ruined it. So I feel like Max is kind of one of his only hopes to kind of fix it.
It might be. You know, the thing with MJF is that there was a window where he was the hottest guy of a will he or won't he thing. And now it's gone,
Yeah.
and the wrestling world has moved on without him.
Yeah.
So to Will's argument, like it would almost be beneficial to AEW to be like, hey, MJF signed, and he's gonna come back just to create a stir because there's
Exactly.
there's nothing like CM Punk's eating them alive week after week, and he's injured.
Yeah.
You know, he's injured. Like you need somebody to come in, like, and it's a shame that this is all happening when you have Swerve, who should be more of a highlight, but we're talking about
Yeah.
we're talking about the Elite and freaking the Bucks and all of that and everything. Mercedes has rarely wrestled on AEW yet. Like
She's been getting shit on
she's
the
not
internet.
doing anything. She's
Yeah,
not
that's it.
doing
It's like,
anything.
Has
like,
she
wow.
wrestled?
No.
They're like, wow, Mercedes can't cut a promo. And I'm like, yeah, well.
It's like she's not doing anything. I think she's gonna wrestle Willow at Double or Nothing
Cool.
Oh, that's
for
fun.
the
I like that.
TBS championship, which seems like a misstep
Sorry.
in my opinion. You don't
You're the CEO.
the
of TBS.
mid card title. I don't know. There's a lot. There's a lot that AEW I think can fix, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what Kenny has to say. I don't know what it is. Who knows? But We'll find out next week. Anywho, moving on to one of the craziest scenes in the history of modern backlash feelings. Like, remember when we thought Puerto Rico was one of the craziest things we have ever witnessed? France might have actually won something for once.
Remember what I said last week about the French crowd? I was like, yeah, it's going to be, it's France. And then they didn't. They was like, you know what, Will? Fuck you. We're not going to shut up for the entire show.
It was great.
The building was shaking. It was shaking.
People on their iPhone started getting noise warnings because it was about to broach like 100 decibels in that arena.
And there was only 11,000 people there. Like, it wasn't even a typical American arena size.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Actually, okay, so they were saying that Backlash has the highest gate of all time at 11,000 people, but like, didn't they say that Mania had the highest gate of all time?
It's the highest arena gate in all time.
Yeah.
So WrestleMania is a stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense. I was just like, this is weird.
It's the highest arena gate of all time. When the highest arena gate of all time was in Philly, like when we were there.
I was like, God damn.
No,
what's
I
the
know.
inflation
That's why
over
that was my first question too. I was like, how bad is it over there?
Right? Like, is this in franc dollars and they're pretending it's in euros and they're just pretending it's American? Like,
I don't know.
I also thought that I like misunderstood commentary because I watched Backlash while I was working.
Yeah.
I since have done a rewatch like without work, but I only heard the 11,000 bit during commentary, and I'm like, maybe I misheard, and it's like 111,000.
No, it's 11,000
because they were fucking.
no, it's 11,000.
Wow, motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's like just under 12.
Yeah,
They made Brooklyn seem quiet.
The acoustics in that arena are probably fantastic. That's what I'm assuming. Those acoustics are fantastic. Simplement, the name of our show this week, literally only means I do have a French translator on retainer, quote unquote. It just means simply two.
Supplement. Apparently that's
soccer blue.
It's something the French commentary.
It was
says.
un deux simplement deux. So only two is what they kept on chanting. AJ Styles. You want to hear what AJ Styles' chant was?
Please.
So they were saying, yes, he is. Yes, he is. Yes, he is phenomenal. La, 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 la. That's what they were chanting.
I loved it.
Hi, Sir Charles.
Dude, they're almost too good. Like, it got to the point where it's like, guys,
do you know
I need to come
bad
down.
it
I'm
is?
just watching it.
You know how bad it is? They know all the words to Randy Orton's song. They know all the words to Cody Rhodes' song, and they speak French. Okay, yeah. I can't get past the first verse of Cody Rhodes' song, and I can barely do that.
I can barely get past Adrenaline.
I'm like, we are poor fans in comparison. We are absolutely poor fans.
And I felt embarrassed for not thinking of the Jey Uso entrance with the phones.
I feel bad about that too, yeah.
I was like, wow.
Why didn't we ever do that?
Like that one guy who just put his phone up and I was like, that's a great idea.
Yes,
wow.
Let's go.
And then they all did it. That guy is a wrestling hero and he needs the key to some city somewhere.
It is great. They're already talking about coming back because apparently, I don't know if anybody watched the press conference. We should talk about real quick.
I did.
Oh, all right. So we can talk about it, okay. They're building a 60,000 seat stadium in that same town in Lyon.
Leon.
Oh, they're coming back.
Yeah, Triple H was like, Triple H said halfway through the show, Nick contacted them and said, stadium? So.
Yo, give me a French.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, man. Making money in the bank. SummerSlam. Who gives a fuck?
Listen, it was a great time. It was my afternoon. It was a beautiful way to spend my afternoon. I had a little wine because we were in France. You know, I had a good time.
I watched it Sunday morning, but yeah, they got a throwaway pay-per-view where we all went 5 for 5, and they were like, "This is a second coming of Jesus Christ wrestling Satan himself." With Stone Cold Steve Austin as a special guest ref.
Yeah.
I will say my main takeaway from Backlash is just how ungrateful American wrestling fans are.
Yeah.
No, we're spoiled.
Yeah.
We're so spoiled, but I especially I feel like I brag about living in Queens all the time, but especially as a wrestling fan, I'm like, I'm fucking lucky. I can get to MSG in 20 minutes. I can get to Arthur Ashe in 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I can get to UBS really quickly. I I'm near Laboom. Like I'm in proximity to so much. I'm so close.
Oh.
I'm in proximity to like so much wrestling and just like things in general. And I'm like so lucky and I'm so grateful for it. But I've noticed like I started going to wrestling shows in like 2017 and 2016. And I remember like I was balls to the walls, all out. And as I've gotten older, I'm like less like that at shows. Like I'm more chill.
Mhm.
I'm not crying all the time. I'm not really.
I miss those days.
I know. That's what I'm saying. Like somewhere along the way, I became too cool, and I'm like, I like fucking wrestling. I need to get over myself.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah, it's.
I was so happy for like the French people who like might never have had that opportunity before. I'm sure that was a lot of people's like first wrestling show like ever.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
A WWE for sure. Yeah, like a professional wrestling. Yeah, maybe TNA or maybe like a house show they would tour.
They always do house
That's
shows.
what I was
This is the
thinking,
first
like,
televised event in the country
like
of France.
TNA would probably stop by over there, but yeah, this is definitely a lot of them definitely their first show.
Yeah,
and they like made it count.
They fucking brought
As
it,
they
dude.
should.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. It was a little too annoying. Like it was. It
Oh,
was.
no.
It was like, guys, like you gotta simmer down.
Nah, I loved every moment of it. It was
Same.
fantastic. Like it just.
They make me want to be more annoying.
It brought a World Cup feel to it. It really
Yeah.
did.
Michael Cole and Corey Graves were like, how can I work in these conditions?
They're just like, there's nothing for us to do. Like they're doing it for us, you know.
They were. I mean, yeah. Michael Cole always said he's like, this is the easiest job I've ever had. he's like, I get paid to do this. I'm like, don't fucking remind me.
And they had.
And it's cool for everyone that wrestled too,
Yeah.
because like imagine walking out and hearing people going that fucking crazy for you.
Yeah, Kevin
Like
Owens
Randy
just.
Orton hasn't got
Kevin Owens just stood
Randy
there
Orton hasn't got a pop of that forever.
Why did it feel like a homecoming for Kevin Owens?
because he's French Canadian.
I know. It's like you're Canadian. Like I get it, but I don't get it.
Yeah, it was great. Jimmy Uso going through the crowd. So many. Cody's entrance, fantastic. Even AJ Styles' entrance was freaking great. And
Yeah.
the card was freaking awesome. So let's talk about the card. We have a new member of the Bloodline, Tongaloa, formerly known as Camacho.
Yeah, I googled him. I was like, wow, Camacho's back.
Yes.
Good for him.
Camacho, Tongaloa, formerly known as Camacho, has returned. This is clearly I don't know if this is clear as day to me. It is Solo and the Tongans versus Roman and the Usos. That is coming down the pipeline. Jimmy and Jay are going to reconcile. Roman's going to go with his actual family members, and they are going to war. I'm going to say Survivor Series. Bloodline Civil War.
I think
I
it
agree.
makes sense. So hear me out. Quote me later. The Rock is somehow involved as a middleman, enforcer, like judge or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And that's where he turns on Roman.
Oh.
And that sets up the Mania. That sets up the Mania match.
Oh, I like it.
That's cool.
I like it.
Because like we were always saying, like, Rock Roman doesn't need the title, and
It doesn't.
now it doesn't. Now it definitely doesn't.
Rock
Like,
Roman could main event a night 2 of Mania. In
Yeah, for
Vegas,
sure.
like
Mhm.
Jesus
Absolutely.
Christmas.
And you got the final boss, Rock,
Absolutely.
against the Tribal Chief.
Oh, yeah, blood in my veins. Let's do it. Let's adrenaline in my veins. Oh my god. Oh,
That literally like writes itself. Like I can see the ads for it now.
yeah,
Like,
it works
the
out
final boss, the
Tribal
tribal
Chief.
chief. They're gonna promote it like a boxing match.
exactly, and it being
Is
in
Don
Vegas.
King still alive?
No.
Can he come
No,
out?
there's no one
Aw.
down.
Womp
Yeah,
womp.
kayfabe Dory is saying embrace and take advantage of all that wrestling access because that's one thing. That's one thing she missed about living in New York because Florida is deprived of that. So
Oh God, I'm so sorry Florida is deprived, but I'm also not shocked. It's based on everyone. Everyone I know from Florida says the same thing.
yeah. So we had a crazy wild street fight of a match that they did impromptu, which was unbelievable. You then move towards Bailey, Naomi, and Tiffany Stratton, which the crowd couldn't figure out who they liked more. They couldn't. They were like, we like all of them. They're all really cool. Bailey ends up
That
winning.
would not have happened in America, that's for damn
No, not
sure.
at all. We'd have been so pro Tiffy. But they had the Hey Bailey chance. Bailey, they did a really good match. Tiffany had some missteps because she's young, and that's perfectly fine. But it was a good match, and it was interesting to see this is more proof of the performers in WWE are having a lot of fun. You would have never seen Naomi hug and kiss Bailey after a match and be like, "Good job, congratulations," and like raise her hand. Like they are actually enjoying themselves, which is crazy to see. You move on. Jey Uso had the best entrance, but lost to Damian because of distractions from Judgment Day. But it's interesting to see that Damian Priest stopped Judgment Day from beating up Jey afterwards. And then they had a giant, like, they had an apology on Raw, which is kind of interesting. So kayfabe, is Damian about to split from Judgment Day?
Honestly, I feel like it's like so coming. Like everyone's losing. I thought it was gonna happen on Raw. Like he was hugging everybody, and like Dom was on the other side. Based on how like how the blocking was, it was giving you're gonna turn, but then it didn't. So I'm like, all right, so maybe another month or two. Like it's almost over.
Yeah, we're gonna see what happens with that. So we had all of that, and then we had the coronation of Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair. Just throwing small women around in a tag match.
Dude, that ending sequence with Jade tossing her, catching her, and then tossing her again.
That was one of the craziest things ever.
It was so cool.
So she caught her, flipped her up, turned her around, threw her up, caught her, slammed her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had to watch it twice to make sure I saw it correctly.
Because she
she was thinking, oh, thank God I'm not in AEW in front of like 80 people.
Because she caught Kyrie in a powerbomb. Kyrie tried to Rana out. Jade stopped it, brought her back up, flipped her on the back like it was going to be an electric chair, threw her above her head, caught her on her shoulders, and picked her up in pretty much a modified glam slam of her. Yeah. And for some reason, they did not give Jade the pin. Bianca did a freaking
Bianca's the bigger star,
I guess. But I thought it would be good to solidify Jade. I mean, they got their moment; it was cool.
I thought Jade was gonna have the pin too.
Yeah, still, it was a good moment.
It
was awesome.
I had thought that Jade was gonna take the pin. And because I'm wondering how long before they start, I don't know. I just have this feeling that there's going to be some sort of jealousy, and that's why the two of them break up.
They're too good together.
Yeah, eventually.
I think they're too good together.
You gotta see how long the.
That's why I'm trying to figure it. That's why I don't think it's happening yet.
People are still interested, and also, Jade is being a sponge to Bianca.
That's why she's the tag champ with Bianca. Yep.
Yeah. She's just watching her work because Jade has the physical ability. She has the presence. If on the Bret Hart scale, I don't know how she is on her promos, but this is where she learns the psychology.
Correct.
She's going to learn the ring psychology and how to carry a match, how to lead a match from Bianca.
Yeah.
As well as working with like the Kabuki Warriors because they're also veterans of the industry.
Absolutely.
So, Kay, to answer your question, as soon as Triple H has confidence that she can handle a program on her own, that's when you drop in someone.
Like
honestly, I hope Bianca turns.
That's what I think is going to happen too. I felt that my prediction for their story is that Jade's going to like pin everybody pretty much, and I feel like it's going to drive Bianca fucking crazy.
I like that.
Yeah,
that's a good story.
I like it.
Yeah,
and I feel like she's going to like hit her in the back with like a kendo stick or something.
That'd be dope.
Do you think Bianca's stale?
No.
The character, the EST a little stale?
No, I think Jade and her being together as like besties is going to work out well.
Yeah, I agree.
I think it had potential to go stale because she's been doing this since like 2017, 2018.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't want them touching her fucking music.
No.
That's at this point, my concern.
No.
But I think she is the EST. I feel that if she wasn't, if it were anybody else with that gimmick, I feel like it would probably get old because it might not be as relatable. But she's that bitch.
Yeah.
I think she needs a heel turn, though. I think she needs a fresh coat of paint. She needs to evolve and adapt a little bit.
Her working in the tag team, I think, will be her evolution for right now. It's going to be like a gap before she turns.
Yeah, this work like since Jay debuted, I can't fucking talk. Since Jay debuted, Bianca has not been this relevant or over since she dropped the title like a year ago.
Yeah, no, it is going to be good. Real quick, so Dory, our friend here in the chat, says she's asking us a favor.
Yeah, I want to touch.
We need to sell her on
Me
Tiffany
too.
because Dory says I may be a little jaded, but she has given me a Divas era PTSD to the max. And Dory, you're correct. That's the idea. She's supposed to be like the Barbie bimbo. That you're kind of supposed to hate, but for some reason everybody really likes her because we're just marks and that's what we do.
Oh, we know.
I know why we like her.
Please.
The reason that
she is a babe, so that is why guys.
Like her.
And she's also athletic as a.
She's a former Olympic gymnast. The reason that I myself like Tiffany Stratton, one, she's athletic and she's very athletically gifted. It's the fact that she is, and I'm not privy, but I favor people who just go all in on the gimmick. Tiffany Stratton has gone all in on this gimmick. If you listen to Tiffany outside of wrestling, she's actually very shy and very quiet into herself, but she has just gone all in on this vicious Barbie bitch character, holier than thou. She's the girl that everybody hates and she shoves it in everybody's face and she's playing into that and she's doing a hell of a job. I like her more because she's playing her character as best as she can and you can see she kind of believes it. On top of the fact that she's also athletically gifted in the ring at the age of, she just turned 25 like a week ago. Yeah.
On Saturday was her 25th birthday.
Wow.
Yeah. And also the main difference between her and I guess the Divas era or Diva in particular, because even to this point, and even to a point with Trish and Lita, you see divas, you see sexy, you see sex appeal, and you see attracting a young audience.
Yeah.
Right. But you don't necessarily see anything else. Tiffany Stratton, you see all of that, but most importantly, you see money. You see the ability to do good business and to draw a house and to draw a crowd. So, and she's doing that with the idea of I'm a diva. So that's the main difference between the Divas era and Tiffany Stratton. Money. She's gonna make a lot of money for the company and for herself and the people.
She's gonna make a lot of money because yes, she is very attractive. Female, but she can back it up in the ring. There have been many attractive females in wrestling that couldn't hold a lick in the ring. Sable and Sunny was literally just a pretty face.
And she'll compete financially with the men too, right? To really earn that spot, like Becky did. Merch sales huge, over with literally everybody, right? Like Bailey did, like Sasha did, like Charlotte did. Right, so she's just got a 2-for-1. She's got sex appeal and she has the ability.
She's a more athletic Trish Stratus.
This is also a good time to have like a Barbie kind of character in WWE.
Came in at the right time
because Barbie is, Barbie's so relevant. Like I know Barbie was more so the moment last summer, but I feel like it's not totally dead yet.
She'll keep that gimmick for a while.
Yeah.
So Barbie's timeless.
Yeah.
Like. You can have a Barbie kind of persona or like aesthetic to you, but there's still nuance there that makes you like a lot more than that.
Yeah.
I'm not the biggest fan of Tiffany. I don't hate her or anything. I just don't care.
That's fair.
But I'm sure I'll like her in like a year or two. I'll be like, oh, she rules.
Yeah, in her short time.
Because I always
in her short time on the main roster, she was in Elimination Chamber, and now she's on Backlash in a championship match.
Did she win the NXT belt from Becky?
Becky beat her for the NXT title.
Becky beat her for the belt. Okay. And who beat Becky?
Lyra Valkyria. Then Roxanne beat Lyra.
That's what.
And I will say this: if you watch that, I forgot which PLE it was for NXT, where it was Becky and Tiffany. Tiffany held her own with Becky. It was wildly impressive. Tiffany Stratton, from what I've seen of her, especially in NXT in that match with Becky, she's got a little Jeff Hardy in her. Because she's a gymnast and can jump up of things and just flip really well. So she has all the tools to do any style of match, even the more hardcore ones.
Still a little green.
She's green. She's 25. Like, she's got a long time ahead of her.
And Kay, did you know she's dating Ludwig Kaiser?
I did. It's a choice. I don't want to be mean. That's something.
I respect that, Kay. I respect that.
It's a decision two consenting adults
Yes,
made.
over rock, paper, scissors. Did you hear that story? All right,
What?
okay, I'm gonna tell you this story. She was on Tiffany
All
was
right.
on Chris Van Vliet, and he talked about, oh, so you and Ludwig have finally gone public with your relationship. Those are big shoes to fill. I know, Dora. I forgot you are also a big Hardy fan. So okay, meet your twin who's also a Hardy fan. So she was on Chris Van Vliet, and Chris Van Vliet brought up Ludwig, and she told the story that I guess in the PC at some point they decided to play rock paper scissors, and the loser had to ask the other one out on the date. So Ludwig lost. He asked her out on a date.
Okay, that's kind of cute.
And now they're dating. Ludwig's also like 38, but so 35, sorry.
Or, 34 or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So that's the story of that's how the story of how we're dating. I don't know how it's gonna work now.
What if Tiffy Time joins Imperium?
Honestly, yes. Just for shits and giggles.
That would be too much.
No, her character wouldn't fit Imperium because she'd be too much of a bitch.
I mean, as long as the character she just is gonna annoy Gunther to high heavens, to where Gunther is just going like this behind your back, going to smack her in the back of the head, but he doesn't.
Yeah, no, I think the next member of Imperium is going to be Ilya Dragunov, which we will talk about in a moment.
Oh, yo, there's an idea.
He's been a part of Imperium before in the UK.
Mhm.
So be it as may. Before we get that, we got to get to the main event where Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, who ironically have never had a match before ever in their entire careers in any promotion because they just missed each other, decided they were just going to have a killer match for the sake of it. And it was freaking amazing. Like, we all knew AJ Styles is pretty much the HBK of his generation. And there was probably no one better for Cody to go up against first than Styles. But I didn't know it was going to be that good of a match. Like, it was, I hate to say it was phenomenal, but it was a phenomenal match. Will, what'd you think of it?
Yeah, it was fun, right? Because this was just a giant house show that we all just got to enjoy with the crowd, right? It like I said last week, we all know who's gonna win, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. I don't care. I'm gonna get good wrestling and a crazy crowd. I'm gonna be entertained.
And that's what we were.
That's exactly what we were. And it was a solid match. You know, AJ Styles doesn't have a bad match with anybody.
No, not even James Ellsworth. No.
Yeah.
For real
though.
I believed James Ellsworth was going to beat Styles at one point in that match. When he hit that super kick, I was like, no way. No way.
Yeah, there's not a chance.
I fucking forgot about that match until
oh my
right
God, Kayfabe, what'd you think of Cody and Styles? Entrances aside, because we know the entrances were amazing.
Hold on, I just dipped my fucking finger in buttermilk ranch.
Oh, get a napkin. There it is.
I haven't eaten yet.
No, I'm like cleaning up my little box. I finally finished my chicken. I'm like cleaning it all up, and then bam, there's the ranch. Alrighty. All right, the ranch is gone, and I really enjoyed Cody and AJ. I knew it was going to be a solid match because look who it was, and I wasn't disappointed. And the crowd was really fun. Like, I know we keep talking about it, but I feel like that made the match a lot more exciting for me.
I felt like I was at a soccer stadium.
I got it. For real, like my ADHD, like if the crowd's bored, I'm bored. So like I kind of need the crowd to be having a full-on musical performance to stay engaged. And I was living. They were like wiggling at one point.
Really?
Like I don't know if they were like wiggling, but they were like dancing. Like it was fucking crazy. I loved it.
Honestly, I can't wait to see the juxtaposition between the French crowd and then the Berlin crowd. Because if it was,
yo, I'm so
if
scared.
It was what we saw,
Berlin's gonna be angry.
I don't want it. Like that crowd at WrestleMania,
like so
watching Gunther. I'm
scariest
not ready
thing
for
I've
that.
seen in a wrestling
Dude, they're gonna boo Dom Mysterio into hell. Like,
oh my God, it is a wild time. But Backlash, great. I'm gonna give it an 8 at this point. I wasn't expecting much, but I'm gonna give it an 8. I think it was a solid show. Solid show, predictable ending. Crowd was absolutely nuts. They're gonna come back. Before we move on from Backlash, we do have to mention one thing. So Triple H, during his press conference, was closing out, and Triple H asked Byron how much time we got left, and Byron was like 4 or 5 minutes because they had to pretty much stop because the Kentucky Derby was starting, and they had to get the WrestleMania announcement in for the Kentucky Derby. So this one reporter decides to ask Triple H, "Hey, we heard that you guys released Drew Gulak."
I heard about this.
Yo, it was fucking crazy.
He goes, Fightful and PW Insider report about you guys released Drew Gulak. Can you talk about that? And can you tell us if it's in relation to what Ronda Rousey said in her book about Drew Gulak inappropriately touching her? Triple H he got pissed off so quickly. I thought he was about to turn back into the game. Okay.
I am the fucking game. JR.
Whoops.
Oh, whoops. I'm sorry. What was your question?
he then says, first off, if you're going to cite sources, make sure you cite credible ones. Okay.
Yeah.
And then
I walked in from outside as he was saying that, and I'm like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah, he pretty much said make sure you cite credible sources. And he goes, number 2, Drew Gulak was not released. We just did not renew his contract. His contract ran out and he was not released. And then he promptly walked off, and that's how the presser ended. So, Kayfabe, what are your thoughts on Triple H finally taking a pretty big shot at the dirt sheets?
I mean, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner, but like, it was just such an abrupt, weird ending to the press conference. But
and they couldn't even extend it because they had to cut from Kentucky Derby.
Okay, that's like another thing I want to talk about. I did not enjoy the integration of the Kentucky Derby cutting into my precious time. Because now you're telling me I need to fucking go off of the WWE section of Peacock, go to regular Peacock, and watch the fucking Kentucky Derby, which, by the way,
great race.
I didn't know the Kentucky Derby, like, apparently a bar around the corner from us had a Kentucky Derby party, and I had no idea. And I'm like, this is a thing.
Yes, it is. It's sad, but it's a thing.
My parents won $400 on a Kentucky Derby.
What, this year?
Yeah. So what they did is they went to the bar because backstory.
Mm-hmm.
My parents don't go out like ever.
I believe that.
Like amongst the townsfolk, like ever, never. But they go out to like the local bar with our friend next door for the Kentucky Derby, and every year they just take home all the money. So this year everyone pulls names out of a hat for their bet, and there's a pool. My mom won first place. My dad won second place.
Oh my god!
Wow!
I love that.
You need to call your parents the next time the Derby's around and be like, "Who'd you guys pick?"
No kidding. So they just cleaned house and then left.
That's amazing. So according to Fred's here in our chat, number 1, Ilya was never part of Imperium, which was also known as Ringkampf, back on the Indie. So thanks for that correction. And apparently the whole staff of Fightful went nuclear on the Twitter sphere. The other one. Yeah,
dude. Obviously, they're fucking.
What
pussies.
did they do?
I don't know. I don't care. After
anymore.
my one little back and forth with the head of Fightful, which was the most entertaining thing to me in the world.
Shout out staff.
Me and SRS.
You got into a fight. Wait. You got into a fight with
me and SRS got. I didn't fight.
You haven't gotten in a fight.
Seriously,
with
you haven't.
The guy fights everybody.
No,
I will tell you the SRS story. Also,
me.
The funny.
He followed me back.
Oh wow, what a fool.
Because he's an ally.
Fun fact: if you don't follow me, you crime.
So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what it was. Besides the fact that the funniest thing about Trips going nuclear on Fightful and Friends was that Issa clipped the clip of Triple H saying that, and then she turned the camera on herself and she was dying laughing, which is the funniest thing in the world. So okay, I'll tell you my story with SRS. So I was live tweeting Raw or something like that, and people were talking about the boost for Dominic Mysterio, and how people probably from a sty rubbing tweet, people were as Sean Ross Sapp in general was talking about how they pipe in the stuff or whatever, and there was a bunch of people retweeting him and saying, "I'm in the arena, no, they're not," just rebutting him. And so I retweeted a guy that retweeted him, and I was like, funny how I pretty much said, like, funny how these analysts say they're insiders and think they know everything when you just got rebuked by someone in the crowd or someone proving that they didn't pipe in the noise. So then he retweets our KOTR tweet and says like, "No, they are." Like, no context whatsoever. No, they are. And then I responded in tow with the classic Scott Hall, ooh, like spooky fingers gif.
Spooky fingers.
And then he decided to screenshot like our page and be like, "Look, I follow you." And I was like, okay, we follow a bunch of random people, including more credible sources than you. And
when the fuck
it was some months
this?
ago. Fretz was watching it.
How we never heard
I don't know,
of
because I
this?
didn't care for it.
Fair enough.
Well, we're not on Twitter,
That's
that's,
also why.
why.
Also fair enough.
So he kept going back and forth, like, "You follow me, blah, 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 blah." And then, it got to the point where I thought about doing an open challenge on the show and inviting him on the show because he was that butthurt.
Oh god.
You should have unfollowed him and like, no, I don't.
But that's essentially, he got butthurt over one thing and like started going ballistic, and I was like, relax, dude. And I just kept trolling because it was just too much fun for me. But that's the Sean Ross Sapp story. Fretz, I was spying via the war chinner because he blocked me.
I think the only wrestling personality that blocked me was JD from NY.
Oh, fuck that guy.
That's the only one I made angry.
JD from New York, what'd you do to him?
Existed.
I don't know.
I think it's just because you
did,
existed,
but
Kay.
Well, probably. I have a vagina, but like, also, I don't know. I definitely commented on tweets of his in the past. I don't remember what I said or anything, but I knew
it's because you
blocked.
existed, so he had to be mad about that or something. But that's backlash, and that's my Sean Ross Sapp story. And just a lesson, everybody: stop using dirt sheets. It's going to get you in trouble. And Triple H is gonna like it.
I mean, they are news.
Yeah.
Right? Are they credible news? No, I mean, but they are all journalists, right?
In the loose sense.
I will say, since I deleted Twitter, I like read the dirt sheets like almost never.
There's no reason for it.
Like
I mean, they are a
TikTok-
glorified blog, but they're still
Like any
I'd say they're technically
wrestling-
news.
The main source of my wrestling news, honestly, if I haven't watched it myself, is like I watch Cultaholic.
Or go to YouTube.
That's like it.
Yeah,
or TikTok. I have a lot of wrestling on my
the thing about
TikTok.
dirt sheets for me is that dirt sheets ruin the allure, the genuine allure of wrestling. You're not supposed to know what's supposed to happen. You're not always supposed to know what's going on behind the curtain before it happens. You're gonna ruin your happiness with that. So that's why I don't look at like Marvel stuff, because I want to be surprised when the stuff comes out. I'll know who gets like hired or whatever, and different plans. Like we talked about how they're going to reduce the amount of shows they're going to come out per year, but like, don't ruin. Like, I don't want to know the finish. I don't want to know what's happening. I want to be surprised. Wrestling is supposed to be about pure enjoyment. You're supposed to be able to suspend your disbelief. But if you already know what's going to happen, why the hell are you watching? Don't ruin your happiness.
Gambling.
I have a friend that looks up the Drag Race spoilers on Reddit because they film the seasons in advance. So the season that's starting in like 2 weeks, she's known the winner for like a year and a half.
That's nuts.
I know.
Why?
That is absolutely nuts. And I don't know how I couldn't do it to myself. I still like that jovial enjoyment.
It's fun for her.
I guess.
She'll be like, "Do you want to know who the winner of Drag Race All Stars 9 is?"
Oh, she's doing it to be annoying.
Yeah.
But like in a funny way, not in like a mean way.
So that was Backlash. Great stuff. In 3 weeks, we are going to get the King and Queen of the Ring tournament. Now, we wouldn't actually talk about the King and Queen of the Ring tournament until King and Queen of the Ring, which also, in that same instance, that same week, be prepared, it's going to be a long show, because Double or Nothing is also that weekend as well at the end of May.
Fuck.
So there's that. The reason I want to talk to you guys right now about the King and Queen of the Ring, because we are going to talk about the tournament and the bracket breakdown, is
because it's our namesake?
No, not even that. It is because if you look at that poster for King and Queen of the Ring, it should look really, really familiar to you, especially Will, being a big moviegoer.
I know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Have you figured it out yet?
Wait, I'm coming.
Take a guess. What does it look like to you?
I don't know. It's some kind of Marvel movie, I think.
You are correct. Kayfabe.
And it looks like the Fantastic
Fantastic
Four.
Four is not the MCU Fantastic Four, but no, but that's not the poster that they totally ripped off.
It's giving me Thor
It's not
vibes.
Thor.
Captain
It is
America?
not Captain America.
Iron Man.
No, it's
2.
not Iron Man. Jesus Christ, no, it's not Iron Man 2. Are you guys giving up?
Yeah,
You're
it's
gonna
Black- it's a
fucking
Black
pull
Panther.
it
It is
up, and
Black
I'm gonna
Panther,
be so
Will.
mad.
Yeah,
If
I know I should
you
have guessed Black Panther
Google
first.
the poster for the first Black Panther, it is a carbon copy.
I think they call it artistic freedom.
Barely. Barely. Go look it up, Will, right now. Go take a gander at the original Black Panther poster compared to the King and Queen of the Ring poster.
The
The first one,
one?
yes, not.
Pig.
It's the same fucking poster.
Yeah.
What do you mean? There's just no W behind them.
Nah, dude, the Black Panther one's
Wait,
a little
no, they're
darker.
It's a little dark because there's black people in it outside of Jade and Bianca.
No, I mean like the architecture. One of them, like WWE's is blue and gold. This one's blue
No,
and
it's
black.
not. No, it's not at all.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
I don't know how they got away with it.
I told you,
I
creative freedom.
guess.
Oh, they paid Marvel a lot of
I
money.
doubt they did that.
Nah. I feel like they would need like money.
Yeah.
Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
Ching ching bling
knows?
bling to make that
Yeah,
happen.
it is. It is pretty
Yeah,
close.
maybe Seth cut a deal with them since he's in Captain America's new movie.
I will say I'm very disappointed that Seth Rollins wasn't at the Met Gala.
They just did the Kentucky Derby. Let him live.
No, he would have served.
Yeah, but someone who's taking care of a child. Becky's on tour. Like, who can do that? But anyway, that was my one rant about the King and Queen of the Ring logo. That's clearly a Black Panther ripoff. Of all the places to do it for, it's Saudi Arabia. Like if they were going to Africa, which they have not done yet, I'd be like, okay, this kind of makes sense. I was like, this is kind of off, but whatever. I guess it's what they want to do. It's what they're going to do, I guess. But moving to the actual King of the Ring tournament, we have the men's bracket that is fully revealed. The women's bracket has not been fully revealed yet as the time of this recording because I'm not looking on anything on the internet just yet. But it is 16 competitors. Okay, 8 from Raw, 8 from SmackDown. This is a full, nice, healthy looking bracket for everybody.
Yeah,
it's
a
a
bracket,
bracket.
all right.
It is a bracket's bracket. So Gunther beat Sheamus in the main event last night on Raw.
That was.
Jay Uso, replacing an injured Drew McIntyre, beat Finn Balor, is advancing. Ilya Dragunov and Ricochet put on an NXT TakeOver style match and might be what might be a TV match of the year candidate. If you did watch that, Kofi and Ilya Dragunov moved on, so it'll be Ilya and Jay. The next round, Gunther will face the winner of Kofi and Rey Mysterio, who are going to have their first round matchup on an upcoming live event over the weekend. On the SmackDown side of things, we have a rematch of WrestleMania 35. You know, the one that was blinding Kay's light. Kay's eyes with the light. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. Baron Corbin versus Carmelo Hayes. I'm so sorry, Baron Corbin. You come back and you're still losing.
They brought him back so he could lose in this tournament.
LA Knight versus Santos Escobar, and Bobby Lashley versus Tama Tonga, not Tongaloa, versus Tama Tonga in the bracket. So let's start with you, Mr. Tarashak. Who takes it for the Raw side? Who takes it for the SmackDown side? Early prediction.
Wait, is Drew kayfabe hurt or
I think
legit
it's
hurt?
legit. I don't know. He was.
It's
I don't know.
legit
He
hurt?
was. I mean, they're dragging the CM Punk and Drew feud out, and they're both, I guess, kind of injured.
It sucks.
Whatever. So.
All right, we got Gunther. Definitely Gunther.
I want Dragunov to go long, but I don't know. Jay's too hot. Jay's too hot.
Yeah, and Gunther and Jay is a crazy match.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
SmackDown, who you got?
On the SmackDown side, it's gotta be LA Knight it's gotta be LA Knight.
LA Knight, LA Knight Gunther? I like that.
Yeah, you need a face and a massive heel.
I like that a lot. Okay, who you got for the men's Raw and SmackDown side?
Raw for sure is gonna be Gunther, like no doubt about it. I was thinking for SmackDown, I'm stuck between either LA Knight or Carmelo Hayes.
Oof.
Or you do Jay versus Tonga.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Ooh, I like that. A little.
I
But how
like
are
that
we-
a little bit more.
Okay, but how is Gunther losing?
I think clean.
I
think
feel
so.
like you need to have an upset, and Gunther losing would be a great upset.
Yeah.
You know, I can also see very easily Ilya versus Carmelo in the finals.
'Cause I can see Tama Tonga beating Bobby Lashley. I can see him beating LA Knight, and I can see him beating AJ Styles. I can see all of that happening.
Yeah, the SmackDown side intrigues me a lot more because I think Styles. I feel like we're at least getting Styles versus Carmelo Hayes in the second round, which take my
Yes.
money.
Absolutely.
You know.
It's like, Carmelo, how good can you really work? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Pretty well.
Yeah, you know, I think we're at least going to get LA Knight versus Tama Tonga in that bottom part of the bracket too. So I haven't been this excited for the King of the Ring tournament in a while. It's because they actually have a legit bracket. Like, this looks really good, and there's injuries. That's the crazy part.
Yeah.
There's injuries.
Yeah.
And it made it more interesting.
I think they need to workshop the name though. King and Queen of the Ring. It's too
that's
wordy.
for the pay-per-view. This is still the King of the Ring tournament. They have the Queen of the Ring tournament.
King of the Ring,
Yeah.
I get that. King of the Ring tournament, Queen of the tournament's great. I'm saying the pay-per-view name.
I don't
needs it.
understand why they
new
can't just
name.
call it Crown Jewel and then make King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring at Crown Jewel because there's a crown, king, queen.
Because that would make too much goddamn
Yeah, you're
sense,
hired,
Kay.
Kay.
I'm
You're
sorry
so
that
hired.
I'm
You are
smart.
so hired for this. Because that made all the sense in the world. Moving on to the Queen of the Ring tournament. The SmackDown side, to my knowledge, has not been revealed yet, so we're going to focus solely more on the Raw side of things with the results from Raw this week. We have Io Sky beating Natty, just turned Natty heel at this point. Lyra Valkyria beating Dakota Kai, who was replacing Asuka, who was legitimately injured and was unable to do anything. And Zoe Stark beat Ivy Nile in a pretty interesting match for both of them. So the next one is going to be Baszler versus Zelina Vega, which is also going to happen on a live event over the weekend. So on the Raw side, since we don't have any inclination of what's going to happen on the SmackDown side, Jade Cargill should be in this tournament. Who takes it on the Raw side? Kayfabe.
I think it might be Lyra Valkyria, actually.
I like that.
She's fresh, she's new, plus like even last night on Raw, like Becky like talked her up. Like they're clearly trying to drum up interest around her. So I feel like it makes sense for the next couple weeks make her look super strong on Raw because she's a very good wrestler. She was awesome on NXT UK.
Yeah.
I think this is a good opportunity for her. Like I don't think any of them need it. Like I don't see Shayna as Queen of the Ring. They're not going to make Zelina Vega a 2-time Queen of the Ring. I think I do know. And that's no shade on Zelina Vega. I think she's great. I just don't think they're going to let her win.
I do want to focus a little bit on what you said about Becky putting over Lyra Valkyria. Not only did she do that in a very weird segment for Raw, where it was just Michael and Becky talking like it was like, you know, like it was Sally, Jesse, Raphael back from the 90s. But
are they just trying to keep Becky out of the ring but still keep her on TV?
well, Becky was supposed to leave, but Rhea got injured, so
that's what I'm saying. Like she was supposed to go on break, but now she's the champion to keep ratings up. And if she wrestles, there's still like imagine she got fucking hurt too, because it seems like Raw's cursed right now.
So I mean, who knows what's going to happen. But Becky not only put over Lyra Valkyria, she also made a really, really awesome note to talk about Alba Fire, formerly known as Kaylee Ray, and pretty much solidifying and putting it on record on WWE TV that she is the longest reigning WWE Women's Champion of the modern era with her run with the Women's United Kingdom Championship. So that was really, really good to see with that. But Mr. Tarashak, who takes it for the women? Are you going with Lyra Valkyria or?
I think we gotta also understand that when you win this tournament, typically it's a character change, it's a gimmick change. Look what Xavier Woods did. Look what Zelina Vega did. Look what King Booker did.
Austin never changed character, which is like the only outlier.
But the rest, not so much, right? Like Triple H, not really. Kurt Angle, not really. And then the rest. However, who could use a character change here? I wouldn't mind seeing Io Sky as like a Queen of the Ring, and she becomes like an Empress.
Empress Io.
And like, and you have Dakota and Kairi Sane like being her minions.
Okay.
Right. I think Io needs a fresh coat of paint after dropping that title. And Lyra is it's not a bad pick, but however, you are trying to introduce her to a new crowd. So why would you give her a Queen of the Ring, potentially change your gimmick while you're still introducing her?
Even if she doesn't win Queen of the Ring, I think she's going to go for Raw.
That's fine.
So like the finals or whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's totally fine too. Yeah.
Depends on who SmackDown picks.
Yeah, I wish we knew what the SmackDown picks were. So I wish we really did so we can fully predict the women's bracket, but this is all we have for right now. Be it as it may, with the King and Queen of the Ring, we have no idea exactly what they get. WWE has never really solidified like winning anything for this or some other opportunity besides getting a freaking crown and a scepter. Should there be a definitive like guarantee of some sort of title fight or main event that goes along with winning King and or Queen of the Ring?
You get to retire Baron Corbin. I think it would make sense for a mid card. You know, you'll get an automatic shot at the US/IC title, and then
what about the women?
If they had a women's mid card title,
which they're getting an NXT, just not on Raw or SmackDown just yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think a world title shot makes sense too.
Main event spot, maybe, kayfabe.
Oh, maybe that makes sense.
You know. So it's something to think about because like we have Money in the Bank has a solidified thing, Royal Rumble has a solidified thing, and I think for these things like the tournament to actually mean something, you have to give them something to like fight for. Like for all intents and purposes, King of the Ring is just bragging rights. Historically, it has elevated people to bigger spots, but some of that's just by luck. You know, Stone Cold Steve Austin was because someone else got injured. You know. Like it's kind of just by luck. So no, Stone Cold was because Triple H got punished for the curtain call.
He got punished for the curtain call.
Got punished for the curtain calls. Like some of this is just by luck. So I think it has. If you're gonna do a little bit more realism, which WWE is moving towards, obviously moving away from the PG era and becoming more adult themed in some of their storylines, you got to give them something to fight for. This just can't be for shits and gigs. It really can't. It's got to be for something. And a women's mid card would fix a lot of this, but. We'll see what happens on NXT with that, which they're really hyping up. It's a good point for ads. Let's not forget Billy Gunn was a king. What did they do with him after? Absolutely,
Billy Gunn was a king of the ring.
I didn't know that.
He was a king of the ring.
I know Edge was.
Yeah.
William Regal was a king of the ring.
Yes, he was.
He beat CM Punk in the finals.
Mm-hmm.
So. Like I said, it's got to mean something because right now it's just for shits and gigs. At least Edge won the IC title in the late 2001 after his. It's true. And then they like scrap King and Queen of the Ring for a very, very long time. So leave it as it may. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have this week, folks. Pretty quick show this week, but a fun show nonetheless. Don't forget, folks, we are here each and every Tuesday night on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube at KOTR_podcast, and also simulcasting on WrestleAddict Radio's Twitter page as well as our Twitch page. So any final thoughts before we get out of here? Will Tarashak? Or kayfabe?
No, man.
Will, go.
No, this was a good show. It's wrestling is popping. It is so crazy. Like I even started watching ECW again. That's how much I like.
Are you
wrestling
finally? Are you finally out of like 97?
1996.
No, I'm in May '97. I'm about to finish May '97 for ECW, and it's been rough. I stopped watching wrestling on Peacock like a long time ago, so I'm bummed. But wrestling's been so good, I'm starting to get back into it.
Yeah.
I gotta finish Naruto. I gotta finish so much bullshit on TV.
Naruto.
Yeah.
Shippuden.
I know what Naruto is. I didn't know you liked the anime, Will.
It depends on the anime.
Go.
It depends on the anime. I loved Death Note. I love Naruto. I watched some of the original Dragon Ball from the 80s, which was bonkers. And God, there's one more. I can't remember the name of it.
Chainsaw Man?
Oh, I watched Neon Genesis recently. Which, wow.
If you want
Very
to watch a show
cool.
for a long time, watch One Piece. That'll take you a while.
I know. It's like 3,000 episodes. It's not even fair.
It'll take you a while.
I didn't like Cowboy Bebop though.
Cowboy
People
Bebop's
swear by
okay.
Cowboy Bebop.
I don't like One Punch Man.
Fair enough.
Anything else?
Oh no.
No, that's about it.
You're about to be a
About it.
member of AnimeCon when it comes around next year.
Yeah, I fuck with anime. I heard they may be making a Kingdom Hearts movie, which is a mistake.
Are they really?
Yeah, that plot
Why?
makes no sense. Like none of that story makes any sense.
Who knows?
Because video games now popular again to be made into movies or TV.
Oh yeah. Liv and I went to go see the Phantom Menace the other night, and that's how I found out that they're making Borderlands in the movie.
Yes, they are.
Interesting.
And what's wild is I didn't know it was Borderlands for like half the trailer. I thought it was the Mad Max trailer.
That's not a bad
It's not a bad
assumption, to be
assumption at all.
honest.
I mean, with the success of with Fallout on Amazon, who knows? But
Yeah.
Well, because there's a Mad Max movie coming out soon
Yeah.
too, so I'm like, is this the Mad Max
Chris Hemsworth
movie?
and Anna Taylor
No.
Joy, it's coming out soon. Coming out soon. But K-Pip, any final thoughts before we get back on the post show road? I guess.
No, I took an edible about 20 minutes
Oh
ago.
yeah, you're almost good
So-
done.
But
Bedtime.
I had, that fucking Popeyes box saved my ass and probably gave me 30 more minutes than I normally would have. I'm like satiated. That was delicious. This is the most sober I've ended the show in a while.
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true.
So I guess a 5-piece chicken tender is the standard
With
for
some buttermilk
podcasting.
ranch.
Oh
Book it,
yeah,
folks.
it's not in my
All right,
hand.
with that being said, Will Tereshot, get us out of here. Should end with BBL jersey.
I agree.
Next time.
It's all-
Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to episode 375 of Kings of the Rings podcast, Simplement, Deux, and simply speaking, it was a really easy and fun show. Who knows what Kenny Omega is going to talk about on AEW? Who might care? Who knows? Maybe he's coming back. Maybe he's not. Maybe he saved a bunch of money as car insurance by switching to Geico. It's a whole realm of possibilities with that announcement. Backlash is over. The French have actually won something significant in the world of wrestling fans for a very, very long time. And now it's on to Saudi Arabia and King and Queen of the Ring. And I am your king of the show. You can call me King Ricky Rose. You can find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets. BIGZ Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR_podcast across all social media outlets. Like, share, subscribe, leave us a 5-star review if you ever so please do. You can find all of that. The links are in our description below. If you're listening to us, make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, the cure for the common wrestling podcast. And follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at addict_wrestle on Twitter and at Wrestle Addict Radio everywhere else. Again, the links to all of that are in the description below. Will Tereshot.
Well, Ricky, we know for sure what Kenny Omega's not announcing, and that's a TV deal. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Will Tarashuk, T's and Thomas, ARASHUK. No plugs for me this week. I just ate dinner, so I'm a happy boy. And we're going to go straight to the post show. Isn't that right, Kay Murphy? How long are you going to be with us?
I probably realistically have about 15 minutes.
I only plan on
before
going like 15
it
minutes on the
hits.
post show anyways.
Perfect. Me too.
Incredible. I love that for me.
An outro. Yeah, that's what we're doing here.
It's
Okay,
hitting.
maybe I
It's
have less
hitting. You better hurry up.
It's over. All right. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at KFabe_Fabe. I forgot my socials. That's how that's
It's
going.
in your name right here.
I'm gonna be real. My head is just BBL Drizzy. There's nothing else here.
That's right, folks. Oh my god. So yes, let's get out of here before Kayfabe starts losing even more. Maybe before we know it, Kayfabe's going to do their own diss track to Drake, because it's really popular right now because Drake is buried. Talk about a golden shovel. So when we come back next week, folks, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament are going to advance. We're going to have a clear view of what AEW is doing. We probably won't have a clear view of what AEW is doing, but that's the lie that I'm going to tell you right now. And so until next week, folks, goodbye, good night, au revoir, and Sacre Blue Slack. Fuck you, Slack. See you, folks.
And Kay, I give you full permission to do a diss track on me.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
What if we all do BBL Drizzy verses about Slack?
BBL Slacky.
Yeah.
Well, you know, we have.
Yo, can Midnight Music give us a beat?
I can talk to my friend and see what they do.
And we can do BBL Slacky.
BB.
I don't think I put that in there.
I'll ghostwrite for you, just like Drake has a bunch of ghostwriters.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh, Tabernacle Slack, which is that's even better. Tabernacle Slack because
That's so smart.
because
Press.
that's
Thank
that's
you.
fucking French. We could do Tabernacle Slack, our new beat.
Tabernacle Slack.
Is that a new?
Wait, that would be
that's a new
that's-
theme song.
wait,
Theme
wait.
Music.
We can make a shirt that says Tabernacle Slack and put like a baguette on it or something.
God, I'll cross reference it with my consult on
With your French
with my
translator.
French translator on retainer. Sorry, don't
Yep.
call me out, Kay.
Yankees are winning like 11-1
on
right
the
now.
Stros, perfect.
10-1. It's
Perfect.
10-1 bottom 8. Like everyone's hit home runs.
Nice, nice. The worst. Just have the Astros just get decimated at any point in time. I love all of it. Oh my god, Kayfabe, this is your first post show in a while.
Yeah, I don't remember the last time I was on
I
a
don't
post
know.
show. I'm usually too high
That's
for
very
it.
true. You are usually too high for it. Do you want to do an Am I the Asshole then?
Oh, I could do an Emma. Actually, that's gonna take a while.
It depends if I find the short
I don't know
one.
if I have Emma's. We do a short Emma the asshole. I'm in.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find it for one. Reddit. I haven't been on here in a while. See if we can find a good one. No. No, that's a bad. Oh, that's a rough one. No. Okay, this one's funny. This one's good. All right, are we ready? We're gonna do one, and then we're probably gonna get out of here because duty calls for me and wink wink. It says, "Am I the asshole for switching everyone to decaf since they were all drinking my coffee?"
No.
No.
I
Continue.
live with 3 roommates, and we all try to get along. We are not perfect, but we try. I have a pod coffee machine that I like. It uses fully recyclable aluminum pods, not plastic. I leave it in the kitchen, and I let everyone use it. It wasn't a problem when everyone brought their own pods. Then mine started going missing from my shelf. I asked, and none of my roommates admitted to taking them. It stopped for a while, then it started up again. So I started keeping my pods in my room. All was good in the world. I made the mistake of leaving an unopened box of my pods in the pantry on my shelf. When I went to get it, there were 5 missing. I know it's not a big deal. I know they cost like $1 each. Wow. But it's the principle of the thing. I bought a sleeve of decaf coffee and a sleeve of decaf double espresso. I opened them and left them on my shelf. They slowly disappeared over the week. I bought I bought more. The whole experiment cost me about $40. On Friday, I asked everyone if they had taken my coffee, if they could please pay me so I could go pick up some more. I pointed to the 4 empty sleeves of coffee and said I had not had even one of those. So either I'll fess up, or I would consider all food in the house fair game until I felt it was even. All 3 confessed they had borrowed a pod or 2 since they did not have a machine. None of them thought to pick any up. I said, but if they each sent me $15, I would pick up 4 more sleeves and leave them out to share. They each sent me the money. It is the cost of like 3 cups of coffee at the coffee shop. After I got the money, I asked if they had any requests for pods. We all said to get whatever had more caffeine. I said that would not be too hard since the sleeves they emptied were decaffeinated. Now they are pissed off that they drank decaf for a week. How did they not know? They were wondering why they had no energy. I just pointed at the sleeve where it clearly says that they are decaf. I suppose they didn't bother looking when they were stealing my coffee. They called me a dick and said that I did it on purpose. They were upset, but not in any major way. But they do think I'm a jerk for tricking them. One had the gall to jokingly ask for her money back. Am I the asshole?
Absolutely not.
It's not my fault.
So,
You can't
Seriously.
all right. So I have a lot to say about
Go
this.
ahead, go off.
So,
I knew you would like this.
Okay. I love this one. So based on how they're describing the coffee machine and the pods and what they use and the cost, I'm almost certain that this is an espresso user. I know this because I am also an espresso user, and I pay fucking $37 for a 3-pack of pods.
Oh my god.
It's so much money. I spend, and like it's just 2 of us, but like I drink a lot of coffee. So like I drink like 3 cups of coffee a day. If it's just me, I'm lucky if I can make these 3 boxes of coffee last 2 weeks. But no, my fucking Alexa reminds me once a week, hey, seems like you might be running out of Nespresso pods. Do you want to add these to your cart? It's expensive. So like if I had a bunch of roommates that were taking all my coffee and I'm not even getting any, no, I'd be fucking pissed. And I would also leave decaf for them. Especially if I had given them opportunities to like fess up, reimburse me in some way. Or if like the roommate, if they're not giving money for the coffee, they should be willing to reciprocate in some other way.
Seriously, who doesn't read what they're putting in the coffee pod?
A psycho.
What's the first thing I look for? Is this real coffee?
Yeah.
I don't even drink coffee.
Yeah, look.
Like when I say, even like when I go to Starbucks, I don't say regular or decaf. If I don't say decaf, it's assumed it's regular.
Yeah.
Yes. As someone that worked at Starbucks for a long time, if you say, I want a regular cup of coffee, I want a grande coffee, I am going to assume that you want a grande medium roast coffee, not decaf. If you want decaf, you will specify it.
Hot or iced is the only question you should be asking me.
Well, there's a lot more questions you have to ask depending on the drink you get, but that's not my life anymore.
Yeah, but see, like, who doesn't read the sleeve and says decaf? They're just blindly taking it. We're wondering how come I didn't have enough energy throughout the day.
And that's like so shitty that they're like, oh, I should like get my money back. No, you took your roommate's coffee. Like you deserve to have drank decaf for a week.
Yeah. That's wild. Yeah, not the ass. But I knew that I would strike a nerve with you, Kay, with your history of working at Starbucks.
Oh my god, I'm so annoyed.
I'm sorry, Kay.
And like the fact that I realized this is an espresso user. That's expensive. Especially, that's expensive.
Yeah, I mean, at least they paid them back.
And what's crazy is with the Nespresso, especially like we have the Nespresso like it's called pronounced Virtuo, but the pods like they only like they don't sell like the cheap brands of like pods like they do I guess the older types of Nespresso. Yeah. So it's like annoying. Like if anybody knows of Nespresso Virtuo pods cheaper than like $10 a box, please let me know because they go so fast. Like a box of 10 is 2.5 days for me.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
That's pretty crazy.
Nuts. Jesus.
Like I drank at least 2 cups of coffee. I drink at least 2 cups a day, sometimes 3. No more than that, because I'm in my 30s now. I can't drink like I used to.
That's for sure.
No, last night I can't even like deal with soda at night anymore. Wow. Like I was up until like 2 a.m. last night because I had a Coke at 10 p.m.
Interesting.
I got halal and I wanted a Coke.
Halal. Amazing.
Oh, it was so good. And yeah, no, I was up all night. And I like smoked. Like I was fucked up. And I got halal. And it was great. And then I was wired.
Jesus.
Like, and I didn't think it would happen to me. But
Yeah.
it did.
All right. So Fred's is saying that NXT, so for the Women's North American Championship, we're going to do what's known as a combine, I guess, and then they're going to select who's going to fight for the title or who's going to be in a...
What's a combine?
So you ever hear of the NFL combine?
No, and I like watch
Okay, so
football. And I
it's
don't know what
what's
that
what
is.
happens during the draft. They invite people to do a bunch of drills, like how they do measurements on.
Oh, that thing? Oh, I know.
Yeah,
what
so
that
we're gonna
is.
have a
Okay.
women's combine, and then from the combine, they're gonna select their people who's gonna be battling for this women's North American champion. So the people in here are Saul Ruka, Thea Hale, Jada Parker, Brinley Reese, Mia Yim is going down to do the combine, Fallon Henley, Lash Legend, Ivy Now going from one tournament to another, Izzy Dame, Kalani Jordan, Tatum Paxley, who's Victoria's daughter, and Ren Sinclair. So interesting little field they got there for NXT. Very, very interesting little field. So, Kay, you haven't been on in a while, but do you whoop that trick? Are you a Trick Williams fan?
I like Trick Williams, but like I don't like watch NXT like that. But from what I've seen, I
Trick's
like
fun.
him.
Trick's fun. Will's a whoop that trick
Mhm.
fan.
Yeah.
Will's more of an Oba Femi fan.
I
Definitely.
like debated like getting back into NXT. I just like don't have the energy for that.
Understandable. I have it. Josh Briggs and Wesley, because Wesley finally came back. I have a DVR'd every week, so I just watch it like on my leisure now. Since we're doing the show around the time.
Yeah, we have Hulu Live, so I usually catch up on stuff. Like the only thing I watch live is Raw.
Hulu has live sports.
Ooh, it's so
Yeah.
nice. But wrestling is why I got Hulu Live.
I get it. I mean, listen, Punk is doing the most with his injury. Do you know Punk got stuck in WWE headquarters on Saturday?
Yes,
heard
it
about
was
that.
so funny. I watched all of it yesterday on TikTok. It was really
So I think
funny.
Punk went to use
He's
the
like
bathroom.
wants to be Phantom of the Opera.
So
he was changing out of his suit,
yeah,
and he got locked out.
yeah, and so he
We're locked
walked
in.
around the headquarters like he put on his Instagram the original WrestleMania 30 card.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, I was supposed to be on
Pretty
this show.
much. He just walked around headquarters and was just like posting about it until someone came and got him out.
Yeah, there are like videos of him like going through fridges, like.
What you guys got? Oh man, absolutely stuck. All right, so on that note, Kay, I know you're saying hi, Boris. Hey, buddy.
Where's
He
Boris?
was on the couch, and now he's not.
Oh, now he's on the floor. He's about to get chicken.
Oh, that's why.
Ooh.
That's you go
Yeah.
get that chicken. You get that chicken, Boris, and we're gonna get out of here since Kay's had their chicken. And I already had my chicken tonight, so. All right, folks, let's get out of here.
Well, did you have chicken?
No, I had pasta.
That works.
Ooh.
That works. Will, check out that Too Good to Go app too, by the way.
I would.
Yeah, you're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. It's gonna save you a lot of money if you know how to use it.
Okay.
Yeah. But on that note, folks, we're getting out of here. Bye. Bye, Boris.
Midnight music.